Hey YouTube, MrRampro here, and what you're looking at is the Emerson SOCFK, and that's the Special Operations Combat Folding Knife. That is that's one of the runs that you've probably heard in a couple of other videos that come from Extreme Outfitters, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the same one that has the store in Jacksonville, North Carolina. They're made by Emerson, or they were made by Emerson back, I would say early 2000s. I don't know how far it goes. I've seen some of the forum posts that say that it went back, in 02 and 03, guys were still buying them from that source. And Emerson had made it as a different model than anything else just for that company to be able to sell. I would assume, obviously, military groups and stuff like that. Jacksonville, North Carolina is right outside of Camp Lejeune and MCAS New River. And that is probably the prime target right there, those young Marines getting ready to deploy and stuff like that. So this knife here was offered by them. I picked it up at a pretty good price. I ended up paying $145 with shipping for it, but for something made in 2001 that's not made anymore, and I couldn't find any other places other than like Knife Art and stuff like that for $175 and $195 for this exact blade combination and blade finish and stuff like that. So I think I did pretty good as far as the price goes, and if not, paid a couple extra for something. It had been carried but never sharpened. I always find that kind of odd, and you see a couple of knives listed like that on eBay, they say they were carried but never sharpened. To me, that's kind of odd. It's like you just, they took it out, played with it, and they probably used it, but they never sharpened it, and that left it kind of in that supposedly new category kind of thing. So pretty cool blade nonetheless. No wave feature on this. You can see the thumb disc there. And I'm trying to do this outside. We're at ground zero of the fence project, by the way. Which there will not be videos on, thank God, because I hate the project, let alone sitting here talking about it, you guys having to listen to it. A really nice looking blade, an aggressive serration pattern for sure. You can see it there. That's I think he calls it dragon teeth, or something close to that. Pretty insane in my opinion as far as serrations. Usually with me, I don't do serrations. This one showed up. I went ahead and went with it. This stuff does have the Specwar handle layout as far as like the shape and design. You can see it there. I'm hoping this is coming out pretty good for you guys. You do have a liner lock. One side titanium, the other side that 303 non-magnetic steel stuff. I'm going to go back here to the shadow of the boat. I'm in the backyard. There we go. Maybe that'll be a little better. Sorry about that little movement. But a nice looking blade. I carried it today. I did sharpen it while I was sitting out in the truck in between jobs. And I really like it. I can't get a keen edge on it. I know that there's a different, like this is the sandblasted, like the satin finish. I don't know if it's a SOCFK Model A or B. I would assume that it would be the A for the blade shape, and the B would be the Tonto point. That seems to be more prevalent, more common. But I really can't get an extremely good edge on this. Not like my CKC or CQC 15. That thing, I can get that blade razor sharp, and that's been my main EDC for a while now. But overall, nice looking blade. It looks like plastic backspacer versus the G10 backspacer of today. So there are a couple of things that have changed. The jimping on the liner seems to be a little, sorry, I had a battery indication thing. The jimping on the liner seems to be a little aggressive compared to what you got now. And the jimping on the back seems to be a little less aggressive. No cutouts on the G10, and it's just kind of the recessed jimping on the metal liners itself. Overall, a really nice looking knife. This will really just go into the collection. I'll carry it, and I'm probably going to end up sending it out, getting some kind of scale work or something like that done on it, or do it myself. I've got a couple of cool ideas mix them with stuff. I didn't want to go with the straight copy to what you see off Emerson's custom line. I didn't want to go with that, you know, with the titanium bolster and the micarta green. I didn't want to exact copy it. So I got a really cool idea. I don't want to say it yet because I don't want somebody to beat me to the punch, but I've got supplies for it, and I will hopefully be starting that this weekend, and can get you guys some pictures. But it's going to be a throwback to it, but with a little different on the detail side. So we'll see that. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I think I'm kind of thirsty personally, so we're going to go back over here to where we have our video prep zone, and this is what we're looking at here. We have a shock top raspberry wheat. I've got a new label on that one. I always like that. It tastes pretty good. Kind of reminds me like sweet tea or something. Something kind of sweet, refreshing, kind of out in the sun working, but then you've got to get your hydration, so nothing like some watered down beer, right? Gotta love that. Bud Light, Miller Lite, all of it. We drink it, we love it. And I'll go ahead and show you my pocket CQC 15. We've got the bullet inlays there. The top one's the 45, and then the 30-06. Came out pretty good. And of course the thumb disc mod you can do yourself. That's a 223 round. Just cut the very tip of it off and glued it to the top of the thumb disc. I might try the 9mm one here, or probably the 45, just to, you know, keep it on the larger caliber side of the house. The skull that I had on the clip broke off, so I'll do an update mod once I figure out how to fix that, or just suck it up and purchase one of the awesome ones from Steel Flame for $170, which probably will not happen. But the action on the SOCFK is smooth. The action itself is smooth. Deployment is a little bit slower and not quite as smooth as what I get on the CQC 15. This sucker here, smooth as crap, man. I haven't done a whole bunch of videos here lately, but I've fondled heavily a Chris Reeves Sabenza, large Sabenza 21, and I got to do some videos on that one. It's not mine, it's on loan, but honestly, this thing compares to it, and I don't know what the big hype is on the Sabenzas on the smoothness scale, because as far as thumb stud placement, I didn't find it as easy to deploy, and anything with this wave feature is going to deploy well faster than anything you got with a stud, or a button for that matter. But overall, a great blade, a great product. I'm really getting the sharpening side down, starting to get that polish on the edge there. I'm kind of figuring it out. Once you do figure it out, I know guys say, oh, it's not good for slicing and all that. Oh, bullcrap. Yeah, it is. You can do it. You got to suck it up and actually do it. But you can do it. How you like that, huh? Good stuff. You can do it. Either way, I'm going to drink a couple of beers. I'm going to go inside, eat dinner with the family, and we'll get back to you guys after a little bit. Thanks a lot for watching and subscribing, and I'll have to do some good updates. I've got quite a few brand new knives that I have not even shown you guys, so I'll get back with you after a little bit, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot, guys.